Tobias Abore and an American Pippet with you in the Logos broadcast booth. Filling in for Carson Schrail, the voice of the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Plainsmen coming up to hit. Top half of the fourth inning in a 1-1 ball game. It'll be Ryan Kelly, Kyle McConaughey, and Tucker Bond. Dooley Oil has been providing great service since 1968. They are your distributor for premium Shell lubricants and house fuel additive, Wyoming, Nebraska, and Colorado. Extreme diesel fuel provider for the three-state region. Kelly struck out to end the first inning with Cade Owens stranded at third base. Kelly takes ball one outside, count is 1-0. Jacob Mead, the lefty, still out on the mound, fires the next pitch, a swing and a miss by Kelly. There's strike one. Kelly will take his time, regroup, and step back into the batter's box. So a 1-1 count to lead off the fourth inning, a swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. There is strike two. One, two, nobody out to Kelly, the four-hole hitter. Here's Mead's next pitch. It is in the dirt and away. Does Kelly hold? And he does not. They say he goes around. There's strike three. Kelly thought he held, and it looked like he held. However, the umpires say he does not. So there's one out for Kyle McConaughey. As he digs in on the right side with one out in a tie ball game, fourth inning. First pitch is low and away for strike one. Just finds its way into the bottom part of the strike zone. As the 0-1 pitch is right over the middle of the zone, down Broadway, so it's 0-2. To the count, one man out to McConaughey. Swing and a miss. Ball skips off the pads of the catcher. McConaughey's running down to first. A strikeout single for Kyle McConaughey. He's on base. Fisher, the catcher, thought the ball had popped up into the air. He went looking for it over his head. Did not know the ball had squirted away to the right side. And by the time he was able to figure out, Kyle McConaughey was at first base. And so with one out and a man on, brings up Tucker Bond. Bond, the righty. As the first pitch is a swing and a miss, there is strike one. 0-1 the count. Plainsmen in the top of the fourth inning are still looking for their first hit of the ball game. It was Bond's brother, Sam, who drove in the go-ahead run in the last game. Pitches away, runner was going anyways, so it's into the backstop, but a stolen base. And so with one out, Kyle McConaughey is down at second with Bond still at the dish, a 1-1 count. After Bond, it will be Kenneth Sugi for the Plainsmen. As the 1-1 pitch is in the dirt, that one is blocked by Fisher, so the count goes to 2-1. Coming ready is Jacob Mead, the lefty. There are two pitchers warming in the Pioneers bullpen, so some double barrel action down there. As Arbach is back up and stretching in the Plainsmen bullpen after coming in the last game. Here's the 2-1. Runner goes for third, throws in the dirt. Pitch down to third is not in time. Stolen base for Kyle McConaughey. He steals two in this sequence. They say the tag wasn't on him. And so McConaughey, the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. And after the Plainsmen have felt out of this game due to the walk-off in the last one, Kyle McConaughey has them ever so close to a lead as the umpires will meet to discuss the ruling. The field umpire called him safe, and they call him safe as the official ruling. And the cheers on the Plainsmen side mostly being led by our bus driver, Kim, who has come out in full force in this trip to Gehring. Infield playing in, trying to take away a ground ball to score a run at the plate. As there is a 2-1 count with McConaughey 90 feet away at third. All the infielders are playing on the lip of the grass. Meade, the lefty, fires it in. Ground ball, third base side, foul. It goes 2-2. Bond in a 2-2 count with one man out will have to put something over the head of the drawn-in infield to score McConaughey as the go-ahead run. They've left plenty of men stranded at third base in this series. Now Tucker Bond waits on the 2-2 and takes it high. Count runs full. Tucker Bond waiting on a full count with one out. McConaughey, after two steals, is 90 feet away. The pitch in the dirt. Ball four. Tucker Bond skips his way down to first, and that will bring up Kenneth Sugi. With one out and runners at the corners, so the corner infielders will draw their way in. The middle infielders will play in double play depth, and Sugi will have a chance to make something happen. Still waiting on his first hit in a Plainsman uniform. First pitch is outside, ball one. Sugi, the lefty, waits for the pitch from Meade, the lefty. Here it is, inside to Sugi, hold. They say he does, count is 2-0. At third is Kyle McConaughey. At first, after the walk, is Tucker Bond. Ryan Kelly led the inning off with a strikeout, and Sugi swings through that one. The count is 2-1. As the Plainsmen try and take this last game on the road before a 13-game homestand opens up on Tuesday. As the next pitch swung on through, that will be 2-2. Their final road game of this 4-day, 5-game road trip will be tomorrow in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. And goodbye to the American Pipit, who has flown away towards our right. As the 2-2 pitch is a line drive down the right field line, heading towards the pole. Fair ball, it'll hit off the wall. Scoring is McConaughey. Tucker Bond to third. Kenneth Sugi to second. What a time for your first hit as a North Platte Plainsman. Kenneth Sugi, 2-1, North Platte in the fourth. Sugi doubles it to right, scores McConaughey, and they have made their way back to lead it. And now it's Braden Zirkle who popped up to Asensio to end the second. So Kenneth Sugi's first hit in a North Platte Plainsman uniform is a double to right field that scores Kyle McConaughey and gives the Plainsmen a 2-1 lead in the top of the fourth inning in a 7-inning doubleheader against the Pioneers. And now Zirkle tries to extend it with two in scoring position and only one out. The first pitch is in there for strike one on a curveball. As we can still hear the pipit off to our right side. Next pitch is well away and a nice stop by Fisher. Keeps it from going to the backstop. That American Pipit served as my broadcast partner in front of me for, I'd say, about 4 innings in this region of the booth for pretty much the entire game. As the 1-1 pitch is inside, nearly clips Zirkle, so it is 2-1. And now it'll go off to brighten someone else's day. A thank you for joining me on the broadcast to the American Pipit. I can now close out of my multiple tabs of Pipit information. Next pitch is in there, strike two. Count is 2-2. Two the count. One man out with runners at second and third for Braden Zirkle. He will wait. The pitch Outside, the count is full. On deck, the 9-hole hitter, Zach Knowlton, who scored the Plainsmen first run of this game. Mead, the lefty, to Zirkle, the righty. Payoff pitch. Outside, he walked, the bases loaded. And so Zach Knowlton will have them all loaded up with 1 out and a 1-run lead. Tyler Dudley is out from the dugout, and it appears that will be the day for Jacob Mead as the double barrel action slows down in the Pioneers bullpen. A righty warming up. We're going to wait and see if Mead can talk his way to staying on the mound. One final thing about the American Pipit. I think I had, at the high point of it, 7 tabs open all about the Pipit. One cannot say I'm unprepared for baseball games. My note sheet is 60 pages long, filled with information on all teams and players that the Plainsmen will be facing this season. I had nothing about birds on there, so that will have to change tonight as Dudley is back to the dugout, and Mead will talk his way into staying in this game. The infield is in double play depth. The corners are drawn in for Zach Knowlton, who has the bases loaded and 1 out, a 1-run lead to the Plainsmen name, as they look for their first big inning of the season. First pitch is low, it's ball 1. Ryan Kelly started the inning with a strikeout. McConaughey struck out, but the ball rolled away from the catcher Fisher, and he stood on first base. 1-0 pitch, in there for strike 1. The count is 1-1. One pitch to Knowlton. It is outside, ball 2. The strikeout single for McConaughey, the first one that I've seen in a baseball game since back in April, as there's a fly ball hit in the air to right field. Esposito comes in on it, now moves to his right, makes the catch. Runner tags from third. Play at the plate for Tucker Bond. Beneath the tag, Tucker Bond scores. Down to third goes Kenneth Sugi. 4-2, Plainsmen in the 4th. And now you hear the North Platte dugout coming back to life, as Tucker Bond comes in beneath the tag, makes it 3-1. Here in the 4th. Again, going back, the last strikeout single was brought on by Ithaca College's own Ryan Lubershin back on April the 5th of 2023. That was a game that the Bombers won 17-4 over Alfred State University. There was one that I saw in an Ithaca softball game against Rochester. The next pitch is away in the dirt. Sugi coming to the plate. Throw in is in time. They got him. Sugi tries to score on a wild pitch. He is out, but the Plainsmen, 2 runs in the inning. They hold a 3-1 lead on the West Coast scoreboard.